This video is going to show you a solo GM with a unique hunter build that is not available on Prismatic. Just a quick 2-3 minutes about the situation about my Discord servers from yesterday's video. If you didn't watch the video previous to this, make sure you go and watch it, then you come back and then you understand. So the Discord server link works. I'll post it down below. There are 70 members currently in the Discord. If you want to join this Discord, you can totally do that, because the link's down there for you. I'm offering 2 Discord servers. There's the free public one. Yes, there's that. Which, by the way, I'm not too fussed that it's free, because I want Discord to grow my YouTube subs. That is my actual ultimate plan. But I have offered a premium service for Discord as well. There's a private premium server where you can ask me direct questions on your situation regarding solo endgame activities in Destiny 2 and what loadouts and weapons you need to use. You can have a conversation with me about it. It can be more interactive, because there's thousands of comments in the past, people asking me, what do you think this aspect is better than that aspect? Do you think this fragment's better than that fragment? Because, you know, it's just people, isn't it? But you can ask me directly in this premium server. You can ask me in the public one as well, to be honest, but I'll prioritize the premium one. In order to join that premium server, you just need to be a YouTube member, tier 2. In order to do that, click join below this video and it will bring up the options, and I can send you a link for that. You need to ask me for that as well. Keep me right on the links so that you have access to that, right? That's literally it. And these servers, last thing, are not LFG style servers. They are for advanced to intermediate information regarding solo and stuff in endgame activities for Destiny 2. That's primarily what it is. It's a server to improve your skill as a player with more information, with more foundational information. This is not an LFG server. I'm not saying I won't play with people. I will, but I will not be LFG in 6-7 hours a day, you know, like Matix and all those guys. This is not the culture I want to promote. I do not want to promote a mind-numbing LFG culture. I want to promote a widespread of more information, widening the consciousness of your mind for this game. That's ultimately what I want to do, and help you to stop wasting your time with the wrong builds and the wrong weapons. That's what this is about. That's the goal of the server. I don't want to get a conflict on LFG things. All right. Now, moving on to the video. You know, if I live premiere this video, which I think I might, I'm not 100% certain at the minute as of the time of this video, but it's Arms Dealer. So I've just said to you that there's a build that Prismatic does not have access to, and it's very important, and I'm going to go through with you. So Arms Dealer has Arc Surgeon, Stasis Surgeon, Oscillation. We are going to play into Oscillation. Don't worry about it. I know that people don't like it when you don't play to Oscillation, and I have played to it. Not 100% total, but we've used a little bit of common sense about it. Don't worry about it. I've used common sense. So let's get on to the weapons first, I guess. So we're using Tenacious Mastery with a chill clip roll. I do not have air trigger. I don't have it. The game won't give me it. Don't shout at me about me not having it. I can't get it. Iron Banner, Lord Saladin, whatever you want, he won't give me the gun. I am done farming PvP in this game. I hate PvP in this game. I ain't. Listen, I'll just have to make do with a useless perk. Offhand strike. Final blows do this. Does it? Does final blows do what it says? I don't care. As long as I've got chill clip, extended mag, and a backup mag in the gun, that is good enough for me, seriously. We are using an arc explosive scout rifle because it can stun barrier champs and unstoppables. Because if you pop this bottle here, refined tonic of amplified arc, with trace evidence and retinal burn, you will stun unstops and barrier champs. It is a dual, so if you have an arc scout rifle on, it's pretty good for that. Although scout rifles in the energy slot are weaker than kinetic scouts. But we've got to just play to it, because I need unstop in this build. And I know you're going to shout at the screen and say run Shackle. I can't run Shackle because I want this build to cook in this. I can't run Shackle. All right? And we're using Legend of Acris because it's the most consistent gun in Arms Dealer for solo. It absolutely is 100%. Oh no, Either that or Grand Overture. Maybe Grand Overture more, but I've already showed Grand Overture. Fourth Horseman's very good as well. They're your top three picks. Fourth Horseman, Legend of Acreus, Grand Overture, Xenophage is another one, but we're using Legend of Acreus in this. So to play off with oscillation. So Scout and Shotgun play off each other for buffs. Whereas the sidearm, it is not on the list, but sidearms bypass oscillation to a degree, and so do machine guns. Machine guns and rocket sidearms seem to still excel in this. I don't know why that is exactly, but they do. So I still think rocket sidearms are a good pick in this, especially if you can have one like with Chill Clip. The build is revolving around the exotic helmet, the facade, right? Gain woven mail when grappling and flinch resistance while woven mail is active. So we need a woven mail build on this strand build because the Prismatic Hunter does not have access to the aspect Whirl and Maelstrom. So this is a Whirl and Maelstrom Beyblade build. That's what it is. So let's go through this information in depth to tell you exactly why we fitted every single aspect and fragment on that was well thought out. So, super is obviously Silk Strike. The dodge is gamblers to get our melee back via Freddy's Spike. Freddy's Spike is a very good melee. It's a very good melee in actual fact. Better than what people care to think about. Honestly, it is. It is. Grapple is the grenade. We need grapple on because we're using the helmet, the exotic helmet I just showed you. So we need to have. It's all about grappling, but we're not going to be grappling all around the map. You can use this behind cover. Then we use Widow's Silk. You need Widow's Silk on to have two grapples. We want two grapples, not one. If you run it on any other aspect, you're doing it wrong. It needs to be Widow's Silk with Well and Maelstrom for this exact build I'm showing you. The fragments was Thread of Generation. This will give me more grapple energy. This is so good. This is best in slot to put on. This is number one. Number two. While you have woven mail, weapon final blows create a tangle. This is second best in slot. We need this on to keep getting tangles. So we are playing off tangles and woven mail. Tangles and woven mail. See how it works? Then we have Thread of Fury. Damaging targets with a tangle grants melee energy. And as far as I'm aware, the Whirl and Maelstrom will give me more melee energy back, which in turn makes the ad turn into a tangle. As long as we don't have that cooldown on, then we get another tangle. So this is very good. And then finally the fragment, Thread of Warding. Picking up an orb power grants woven mail. So having an orb build on, like say if I had Velocity Baton on, imagine that. I chose not to use Velocity Baton because it's too strong of a gun and I'm using it too much, I've noticed. But look, this build is very, very good for behind cover and stuff. Mods was on screen, so we ran Arc Siphon mod, Special Ammo Finder because I want to spam my rocket sidearm. We are using Stasis Loader, Arc Loader, Impact Induction. So when we're doing our melee, we get more grenade cooldown, which is very good with the build. Arc Resistant, Solar Resistant, Concussive Damner is the resistance I recommend for this week's GM. Argue with me in the comments about Sniper Resist. I'll fight you over it. If you tell me about Sniper Resist, I'm falling out with you about it. I seriously will fall out with you if you try and tell me to run Sniper Resist. I ain't running it. Make me run it. Make me run it. I'm not running it. Arc Scavenger, Arc Holster. I just like Holster. I really do with the shotgun. Recuperation for health regen on all pickup. Then we're using Double Bomber, and we even ran a special finisher as well, just in case we do get low on special, because spamming the special ammo sidearm is quite important to the build because the Scout is very weak. It's only good for stunning champs. That's all it's good for. It's very weak because Scout rifles are. The only Scout rifles in this game that are strong are Kinetic Tremor Scouts. They are the only Scouts that are worth anything in PvE. Any Scout at all, they just don't do the damage that you would expect. And you'll see in the run that they don't. But I need to stun champs, and this is what we run. So that was the setup and everything. So as we start the run, we want to look for somewhere to start our Tangle mini game that we're going to be playing in this entire run. So when we get woven mail, when we do a tangle point like that, we can keep grappling that tangle point over and over to gain woven mail. right? Tangle cooldown will be 10 seconds, but you'll get enough tangles in the course of a run to strategize on when you use tangles and how many tangles you can get. Basically, you can really strategize this with this build. And the thing about it is that you're playing behind cover with it, because when you make that strand tangle point, because yeah, it's a point that you can re-grapple, so you're not wasting a grenade charge because of it. Very good. Now we're using obviously Acreus, so I'm gonna use Acreus sparingly, being 1 to 2 shots per champ. That's exactly how I'm gonna use it. Now we've got the Scar Rifle on, which can stun barriers and unstoppables because we had a bottle popped. Yeah. But so that's stunning both champs, but we've also got the chill clip to stun unstoppables as well. So now look, oscillation is procced. We have weapon damage boost times 3. We are gonna one shot or 1 KO this fresher. So look, we're doing it here. So we de-aggro all adds by staying in cover and crouched. Yes, if you're crouched, you are more likely to de-aggro all adds, so they will not nade you and stuff like that. Whereas if you're standing up and be seen, then you're going to get aggroed. We then melt the VIP target, and then we're going to pop super right away. So we pop our super, and we're looking just to take out any banes and stuff like that. We're going to end up spawning the adds, I believe, which sometimes I kill the barrier before this wave, and sometimes I don't. In this case, I believe the adds have just spawned up anyways. So we're going to get a tangle, add spawn in. We're going to get that tangle down on those adds as soon as possible. We've got Woven Mail, we've got Thread of Fury. Look at the massive amount of damage that the tangle is doing for us. And look, we can pitch up back here, and it's no problem to stay alive, really. When getting naded like that, obviously you are going to get hit quite hard, but basically the goal of the run is to always generate a tangle as much as possible. The only slight downside to this is that 10-second cooldown. Only slightly though. Imagine if it was a 5-second cooldown on the tangles. You would have Beyblades all the time. I suppose it would be too OP. So yeah, it's not that much of a drawback. Anyways, Unstops is pushed us, so we're going to chill clip him. Then Acreus, 1 to 2 shots. Generally 1 shot. Now we can activate Trench Barrel via our melee, our strand melee, because it's a range melee, but it activates Trench Barrel. This means you can activate a massive damage bonus on Acreus for free from range without having to risk your life to get the melee on a champ or a boss. This sets up a lot of damage. You can basically one cycle a champ with 1 shot with Acreus. It will 1 KO a fresher. It also has a boss strategy built into it for Arms Dealer. Now we've got super, and I recommend that you have super for this. So we're going to grapple here, then super. Then we're going to use our super on these adds. So your goal really is to get the 2 Banes, the 2 Gladiators down, then the Phalanx. Once you've done that, you want to look at getting another tangle. If we can here. Yep, we get our tangle here. That's fine, that's procced, but I guess all the dogs were killed. So I should have got a tangle a little bit sooner than that, but that's no big deal. I'm going to take out these snipers because we're going to farm a little bit of super energy off this champ, because we can absolutely do that. We've got another tangle, look. So yeah, to remind you about the tangles, we get it via our melee. We get it when we have Woven Mail, which we can get Woven Mail from orbs or from grappling a tangle point. Well, just grappling in general will give you Woven Mail. This allows you to activate the strand tangles from a distance. You don't need to push up. So this is a long range build, which you could play CQC with this as well. But I think it's the amount of power that this build has in it to basically have something like a strand. It's like a strand turret. It's basically a strand turret. That's how strong this is. So having something like that at your disposal from range is very, very powerful in the game. If Strand had this, if Prismatic had the aspect that I'm showing to you, I think Strand Hunters would be, Prismatic Hunters would be in a lot better of a place. Whirling Maelstrom should have launched with Prismatic. I know why they didn't do it, because they thought it would be too OP. Like, when they sat down in that office and said, right, what aspects and fragments should we give the prismatic builds? I bet they all come to the conclusion, well, we can't have this one, we can't have that one, it would be too OP, it would be broken interactions. Oh, but we can give it Devour, we can give Warlock a Devour, we can give them the Stasis Turret. You know, and how have they went across and around that conversation, I have no idea. Because, you know, me saying to you, okay, well, if they had Well and Maelstrom on Prismatic Hunter, then it would be too OP. But isn't Warlock too OP with Devour and Stasis Turret? Is that not the same thing? You know, where's the line? Everyone's got different opinions on this, and there's no clarity. You know, you see what I'm saying? So when we clear this guy, which we've blinded him with the scout and got chill clip, which is good for fighting the guy, we're going to grapple our way over to this point, dunk the orb, then we want to 1 KO the Thresher. To do that, we need to crouch and hide behind cover. Do not let ads see you, and you can do this. We need weapon boost ×3, and we're going to do the Vanguard, Loyalist, Royal, Emperor style shotgun 1 KO on the Thresher. We need to wait a little bit, but what? Where's the Thresher? So this game is really beyond me right now. Like, I can't believe I forgot that this happened. The Thresher hasn't even come. What is this game? What's the code? Where did the Thresher go? The Thresher bugged out and didn't even spawn in. That's such a shame, because I wanted to show you my Loyalist 1 KO on him. That didn't happen, but you saw it at the start of the video, so I'm sure you know what I mean by it. That's fine. Thresher hasn't spawned in, whatever. I mean, what? I don't even have a clue what's going on. We have a super to use, which I'm gonna do. I don't believe I get the best super off because the ads are too clustered up. The barrier's on top of everything, and the ads are just like too far. So we end up backing up, but we have put a lot of damage in, and we grapple away at last second, which, yes, you can do that, and it does not take your grapple away when you use it when you're in your supers. You can use it as a movement tool. Okay, so ads have de-aggroed a little bit, barrier and some targets here, so we're going to use a bit of chill clip. You'll see me use the sidearm a lot in this to make up for the scout rifle. The scout rifle, although this is one of the best arc scout rifles in the game, mind you, one of the best in the game, and it's not cutting it. The damage, you just look at the damage we're doing. Bear in mind, I'm 2028. 2028? Nearly 2030. Do you know how high that is? Really, really high. In a GM, we're minus 22 delta. And look at the scout's damage. What is that damage? It's no damage. The run actually lost time because of this. But I wanted to use the chill clip sidearm, and I wanted to use a scout with dual purpose stun on unstop. We cannot run shackle grenade. We can run a different aspect and stun the unstoppables with our class item, but we need Widow Silk on for the build, for the loyalists. We need the facade build on with the Beyblade. That is the ultimate goal of the video. So I'm working around the build by using a scout that can stun unstops. The downside is that it's not kinetic tremors. Why don't they make energy tremors? I don't know. Or energy concussion perk, where sustained damage does elemental damage of the chosen element of the gun, and it does an elemental blast on target on precision damage. Why have we only just got kinetic tremors? Why is there not elemental tremors? You know, come on, like, this is so obvious. This is like, you know, what is this? This is nursery stuff, this. I don't know why, when they implement perks, always have a counterpart for your other archetypes of weapons, because then they fail as a result. Energy scouts are failing huge, right? I know there is Doom of Chelchis. I know there's the King's Fall Scout, but the only reason what that makes that good for is that it's got double damage buff perk. That still doesn't seal the deal with it, mind. It's not that good. It's not as good as Kinetic Tremors. Nowhere near. Nowhere near as good. It's good, mind you. And I've used it in videos, so don't misquote me. I definitely have. So, we take down the Thresher. We sped up that footage there. I used a super to get a good angle on Thresher. right, to speed it up a little bit. Just to speed up the run a little bit. So, this section, we've got some gladiators. This guy is teleported on us. That is now a feature of Destiny 2. Of course it is. You know, when it happens, I'm like, oh, I need to, you know, activate Ultra Instinct movement. So, I've adapted. I've had to adapt to my living circumstances in Destiny 2. The quality of life in 2024, you know, you know, the rent of an one-bed apartment in the tower. I mean, it's 400 legendary shards a month, and they've done away with that currency. So I don't know how people are paying for apartments in the tower anymore. How are people playing strikes? We don't know. It's all credit crunch. It's all, you know, no one's got money. They haven't got money to sort the game. So as a guardian in 2024, the crisis, the living standards is way down. We've went backwards. We've actually went backwards. But what can you do? It's just part of the game. TP and ads, you've got to adapt. You've got to put adaptive munitions on, and you've just got to adapt to it. So we're trying to bait this champ. I'm going to stop him with the scout look because I'm low on. I was low on special ammo because I've been spamming it. That's fine though, because that was the goal of the sidearm, is to spam it. That's why we've doubled up on special ammo finder on the helmet. We've doubled up on special finisher. Now I know someone's going to say, "Oh, well, you can put special ammo finders in your guns." I hate that. I think this feature, they need to change it because it's interfering with the gun. Because this is annoying, but they used boss spec, major spec, and mine spec. They removed it. They should never have removed those mods. I think those mods should have just been explained to people on how you use them. They removed them, and what that meant is, I made a video about this. When they removed boss spec, minus spec, and major spec, it meant that backup mag was best in slot. Then they've changed it again that you can get special ammo and heavy ammo in some weapons, not all, on some weapons. I don't like this. Ammo stuff needs to be standardized across weapons. Don't have it where some guns have ammo finders, some don't. It just makes ammo more of a grey area than it already was. I think ammo finders need to get out of guns or make a separate mod for that. Or standardize ammo drops right across the game. Do away with scavengers. Do away with ammo finders. Do away with heavy ammo finders and standardize the game for ammo fully so that we never have to think about ammo in such an in-depth way anymore. You never used to do it in D1. We did not think about ammo like this in D1. D1, the ammo it dropped, but there was ammo bricks to pop. You could pop an ammo pack in your inventory, so that was a big difference. Listen, you needed those extra ammo packs so the bosses were that tanky. They were far tankier in that game than this game. Believe that. Try and solo a Nightfall in 2024 on D1 and you will see it. It's absolutely night and day. I could make a comparison video. I could. I'm not going to, but I could. So we've got a good pop here for the super. The goal of the super is to take out all the red bars, not to do damage to the unstop. We will deal with the unstop in a minute because the PvE AI allies are going to melt him when we get a stun. So the goal is to get rid of the void backpacks. Get rid of them. Let's start to manage ammo a little bit though. We have got charges for a special ammo if we get a... I don't know if I get a finisher kill here. Let's see if I do. Probably not. He's too weak. Yeah, he's dead. That's fine. We've got loads of ammo on the floor though. Here we go. There they go. Special ammo finder on the helmet. Rocking. That's what I'm saying. Some people have argued with me about that. Not to run special ammo finder on the helmet. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I definitely disagree with that. You know, on some builds, it is good on a helmet to run ashes to assets and hands-on, but some builds it's not. And this build, it is not beneficial to run like hands-on or something, like a super regen mod. Because look, you're on Silk Strike anyways. Let's get this right. You're on Silk Strike anyways. You've got a ×3 super recharge buff. You don't need to spec much more stuff for super because this build isn't really about the super, although the super's the icing on top because Silk Strike's hitting hard now, very hard because they buffed it. So this build's about its neutral game, so you need to buff the neutral game. How do we do that? We give it woven mail, we give it tangles when we get kills with any weapon via woven mail, right? We've got everything to buff up the build. For melee energy, woven mail, damage resist, and grapples. That's what this build's about. It's not about, oh, I need triple hands on my helmet to be successful. You absolutely don't need to be doing that. You need ammo. So this build, it cooks, but you want to use a good weapon with it. And I think a sidearm's very good. It's a very good weapon to quickly get a kill, to then get tangle, to then start going towards your next tangle. The scout rifle wasn't sufficient enough at killing adds quick enough. I know because I tested it. I ran a double primary run and it was awful. So the sidearm did make up for the run massively, I can't tell you. This sidearm's very good. I haven't got air trigger on it, which is the god roll. But look, I can't rely on the game anymore to give me god rolls. Sometimes I have to make a deal with myself and say, look, I'm just going to have to deal with this offhand strike chill clip sidearm. And something, it works totally fine in endgame. I know the air trigger would have made a difference for my user experience. But I'm not bothered. I'm indifferent. So what? It's not worth it to me to go and have to waste time on Iron Banner and farm it for 89 days to then maybe get the roll, Like, in those 89 days, I could have soloed 56 GMs. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a huge time waste. So, it is if you don't get the roll. All I care about is roll. Give me the roll, Saladin. He won't give us it. Oh, well, I'll just settle for what I've got. I'll settle. Pardon me. It's like when a guy, he settles for if he can't get a girlfriend, he'll settle for an uglier girl eventually in his life. It's exactly like that, Guardian. He's 38, slightly overweight. Nice girls come. They're not a 10 out of 10. Come along. They're not 10 out of 10, but they're 6 out of 10. The guy ends up settling for that girl because you know what? He's 38. He's got 2 years left before he can get a girlfriend. He'll settle for the uglier girl. That's serious, that though. Guys do end up settling for a girl eventually. They end up becoming impatient. And that's the same thing for me with Iron Banner. I've become impatient with it and indifferent. I'll just run a worse roll then. Whatever. We'll just go with that. So, on this section here, we are taking advantage of this unstop, not retreating. But ultimately, what I should be doing now really is getting rid of the tank. Because if I push up there with a Silk Strike, it's not going to go well. There is a good chance of death. Whilst we have damage resist in Silk Strike, fair enough, it's not going to be enough to kill tank. And if we try to Silk Strike the tank, that will probably be a death as well. The tank has funky animation, and if the legs spin round and hit you, that will one-shot you. I don't have footage of this to tell you, but it's happened to me countless times. Not in Arms Dealer specifically, more like, let's think, Vox Obscura. If you've ever played Vox Obscura, you will know the animation I'm talking about, the random animation where you will die to a tank. And it's like, the tank just starts freaking out. I couldn't be bothered with the risk of that animation. So I'm just dealing with the tank from a distance. And we have a good way of dealing with this room now anyways. So in the past, on my past clears, I would say, the adds, if you can try and kill the adds while the tank's alive, it's good. Although you have to multi-manage the tank, AoE, and the snipers, it was good. But now you don't need to do that because there's a way to aggro all adds on you without spawning the barrier champ. What is that grapple doing? Why is the grapple above me? I grappled the wall in front of me, man. Sometimes it's bugging out the grapple as well. I can't believe there's a bug with the grapple. Is there any build that I can use that's not bugged? Give it to me. So look, we can stand here and the barrier champ will not spawn in because it's line in the sand mechanic. So when you're running on the sand and you make a line in the sand with a stick, and if you don't run past that line, then nobody sees you. It's the same thing here. If you don't run past the line on the beach, the adds won't see you because you haven't spawned in that animation. I don't know what name to call the mechanic, but I call it line in the sand because that's the only way I can articulate it to you. So look, I'm going to actively show you the mechanic. So I'm jumping up, no ads, no ads. Oh, there's one ad. So look at this. This is an advanced technique, and you will only know if you know. Look, the snipers generally will hide. He's not going to hide because I've pushed up far enough for him to come to me, but not too far that I've spawned in the barrier outside the door. He's went over there. Why, I don't know, but he has. But look, we get a tangle as well. This is perfect. This is called setting up. We are setting and working the room. So look, tangle. Then we do a melee off our grapple. Then we get really good explosive damage on the champ. We stun the shield. Look at how long the scout takes to stun the damn shield. We just get it, pop super, and then we can melt the rest of the ads. We want to cluster all the legionaries together. Alright, we want to cluster all the legionaries together. Then we have isolated all ads, barrier, everything away from the unstop. This allows me to then work the room, finish the unstop off. I was hoping that he was finishable off that one shot. I wasn't wanting to waste the shot. That's fine, he's just about finishable. I didn't want to waste special either because I'm 10. But look, we get our finisher kill there. We get some ammo to drop, that's good. See, one weakness I'm noticing now with this sidearm. Once you get to 10 bullets, the gun becomes useless. Not 10, it would be 8. 8 to 7, because then chill clip doesn't work. So the gun has less ammo than you think, if you know what I'm saying. Because of chill clip, it works on the top half of the mag. So I get 8 shots of chill clip, because I've got 16 total mag, right? Well, when you get down to 10, 9 shots, you've only got so many more shots of chill clip. So the weakness to this chill clip sidearm, which I've only just noticed now this week, is that it actually technically has less ammo than a volt shot sidearm, because chill clip relies on a top half of the mag for it to work. Volt shot works on a one shot kill basis. So let's say 2 ammo per ad on a oscillation GM, right? So the indebted kindness is a better weapon in this for ammo economy, but indebted kindness doesn't have chill clip. See what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just saying that I did do a run with indebted kindness and the ammo was a bit better. Only a bit, you mind. I'm talking, you know, 10 shots better, because like I said to you, when you get to low ammo on this gun, it loses so much power because you haven't got chill clip. Now look at this. We're blinding the tormentor with the bottle. I have the bottle popped and I'm blinding him. So this is really good. This was part of the run where I was really shocked on how good this was, because I've never run this bottle yet in this GM on a tormentor, and I couldn't believe how good it was. I couldn't believe. I thought maybe this might be a bug as well. But look, we're using Acreus on him because he's blinded. Because I have lots of Acreus but not a lot of Spesh. So now I need to start using a bit more Acreus, and I'm going to do that. But the snipers have spawned in because they spawn in at half HP of the Tormentor. So we want to pull back, not blind the Tormentor, and have him come to me. Which that's what he's going to do once I stop blinding him, because I'll be here all day trying to kill him with the damn Scout. I don't want to be here all day. I just want to kill him, you know, move on with my life. That's what I want to do. Which that's what we will do, but this damn Gladiator is for some reason pushing. Generally they don't. I don't know why he has. So we're going to have to deal with him. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quickly take him out with the sidearm. We'll just Acreus him down. Okay, now this is good movement, which will be coming up. We're going to take advantage of this attack right here. Look, he can't hit you after he does it. That means you can get an instant blind, then super, and you can use the super on him. Otherwise, I would not be able to super him without the shackle-based fragment where you can stun champs with a dodge. I can't run that because we're using particular fragments for the facade build. So I can't shackle this Tormentor. But I can blind him, so it's no big deal, really. Look, same thing again. We can take advantage of that AoE attack, Acreus him, then finish. And I thought that was really nice. So that was something I learned from the run, that the bottle is super potent. With an arc-based weapon like that, being able to blind that champ, then going with Reactors, the fact that I don't have Shackle, but then I'm making it work with some other way, I found that to be interesting. Because otherwise, without that blind, I can't super him. He will suppress you out of your super, rendering you useless on a Roman super against Tormentors. The chill clip and the blinding allows it so that you're not useless against him, which is good. Alright, so we're 26 minutes in. The run so far has been going rather well. It's fine. The run so far is fine. When we get to the boss fight, because I'm a little rusty with Arms Dealer, it was a little slower than usual. Just the coordination of the tangles, me wanting to, get a tangle here, then get a tangle there, all that time just means it's a little bit of a slower run as opposed to Raid and Flux. But I have tried to teach people the Raid and Flux ways, the ninja, samurai, monk, hunter ways. You hunters seem to not like it. You seem to not want to do it, even though you know personally how strong it is. You don't want it. I guess because hunters want a good neutral game build. Well, here's one. And this run could have easily been quicker as well. So don't judge it too heavily by that. Because obviously I've done 10 minutes of build information at the start of the video. That's not part of the run. That's just me being decent and giving you the information in depth, which is exactly what I wanted to do. But I'm just saying, look, this build's not a speed run build. It's a long range engagement build that has damage resist built into it that is very rare in the game nowadays. If you want damage resist of any kind, you've got to do something to get it. Like on a Titan, you've got to go and get that orb. You've got to, we've got powerful attraction. I know that. I know that we've got stuff like that. But just being the simple nature of grappling a piece of cover, getting woven mill, then getting a tangle, you are tanky, and you have a strand turret, basically, to deal with adds for you while you assist damage with your weapons, is the playback loop of this build. Now, I could redo this run now. Absolutely could redo the run, make it a little bit more optimized for this run in particular. I'm not going to do that, though, because I've got other things to be getting on with, and I need to process the video. I need to do commentary on the video. I need to make a holographic 3D futuristic thumbnail from the 3000 era, from a 2090. I need to make a thumbnail that's like from the future and it stands out, and you want stuff like this. So I've got times to be spent on that, not just, okay, let's get the best run with this build. Well, no, let's show you what the build does, then you can replicate the build. If we can get an optimized run at the back of that, that's a bonus, sure, but it's not the be all and end all of everything. Like if I was to optimize this run, yeah, sure, I could get it 10 minutes quicker. So what? Does it matter that I got it 10 minutes quicker? Is that going to make the difference between you watching this and not watching it? I don't think so. I think the thumbnail is going to make the difference for you not watching it. I think the title and if the build interests you will make the difference if you're going to watch this or not. Ultimately, that's what I think. So, we are looking to get a tangle, to be honest, but I should get a tangle here of this guy here. Yeah, I do. That's it. 2 barriers in mid. The scout is starting to slow my run up. So generally, on a general run with Kinetic Tremor Scout, I will be at 25 minutes by now, maybe 23, let's say. So the scout is actively making the run slower. Look, how long is that shield taken to be broken? How long is it? How much damage is the scout doing? Why is it not doing scout? Why is it not doing damage? Why won't they buff scouts? I've said this a few times and I'm going to say it again because I think people still don't know about this. Bungie have stated they will not buff scout rifles because in Destiny 1 they were too powerful. They have went on record and said this multiple times. This is why Hung Jury never felt good to anybody when they launched it back in Destiny 2. Because it was a fan favourite Destiny 1 exotic. The reason why they won't buff scouts is because scout rifles were the #1 used weapon in Destiny 1. They are using that as an excuse to not buff scout rifles in Destiny 2. I think this is absolutely ridiculous because why? We have a weapon called bows, combat bows. They allow you to fight from range. Okay? Now Bungie doesn't like you fighting from range that much, but they don't mind you doing it with a bow, but they won't let you do it with a scout. How ridiculous. Why are they saying this? Why would they say that? Why are they thinking that? A bow and a scout is essentially the same weapon, but the amount of damage delivered is different. Scout is mag based, bow is an arrow, but they fulfill the same role. Just that bows do it better than what a scout will ever do, because you can fight from basically an infinite range. Scout rifles don't do damage, and they do in fact actually have range drop off. I've tested this in the years gone by about and exactly how scout rifle ranges work. I don't have the video at hand to tell you about it now, but I certainly know how it works, and I know that high impact frames are better. But for the general circumstance in Destiny 2 anyways, you're only fighting from 50 meters of range at most. It's never much more than that. But yeah, it's just like they won't buff scouts because of that. And I'm not going to be the guy that's, oh, he's talking about D1. No, that's what they went on record and said. They won't buff scouts because of Destiny 1. It's like, so somebody that didn't play Destiny 1 are now getting punished because you think that if you buffed scout rifles it would ruin Destiny 2. Are you for real? Especially with everything else that's going on in the game. I think if anything, everybody would welcome a scout buff. So what? If scouts end up being 90% used by everybody, so what? What's the difference? We used SMG for years in Destiny 2, Recluse. Right? SMGs were overwhelmingly the best primary for years. Right? Then hand cannons got a buff, and then they were overwhelmingly used. Not this season, because there's no hand cannon mods up. So it's just like, I don't understand their ideology about it. I just think, right, scouts have never been good in D2. Never. Only one occasion they were good. That was Nameless Midnight 2017. Count up the years. How long ago was that? It's a long time. It's too long. It's longer than one of my hands, isn't it, for years? Do you see what I'm saying? So they need to buff scouts at some point. At some point. When's it going to happen? Will I turn 50 before they buff scouts? That's what I want to know. When will it happen? So yeah, that's my little facet or information about scouts and why they are the way they are. So with the turrets, you need to be very careful with turrets. They can melt you, but as you saw there, I dealt with turrets without having to deal with them. I have forgot about one turret though. Somehow I forgot about that. I don't know why, but we'll take them out. The flinch off them's rather crazy as well. So this is how we do damage. This is the Legend of Acreus power strat, to power through the damage so that we don't have to deal with him when he's sitting up top sniping you. So look, chip damage. This is known as chip damage. It doesn't mean Doritos, it means chip. It means 10% damage, then we do our main DPS phase, which is about to start. So we've done enough chip damage. So now, we're not going to pop super. Do not pop super at all. Super is for ads. Acreus is for DPS. So, we get our threaded spike. 3 trench barrel shots. Boom. That's a 3rd damage because of oscillation. Make sure you got weapon damage boost ×3 when you do that. Then we're going to pop a super and kill these turrets. Now, if I'm being honest, I tried popping my super earlier rather than later. It's better to pop it later rather than sooner. So if you've seen my other arms dealer runs, do it like that rather than this, because I've had to back up now because my super's about to end. So I should have just left the turrets and dealt with them later. Is what I'm saying to you. It's no big deal because look, now we're going to start using our tangle as our long range build to help us whilst we're in cover like this. We are getting melted by, well, we're not getting melted, but we're getting a lot of barrage from the gunship. We have to fight from here. If we don't, we will die because of the ship. The ship has a gun model on there that you need to shoot down. And by the way, the game tells you nothing about this, nothing about that you should shoot this down, or how you can shoot it down, or how much HP the gun has. Nobody knows this information. Only the architects of Bungie know this. they need to sort that out. There needs to be a HP bar on that damn ship so that we have an idea on how long that ship needs to be dealt with for the gun. Alright, there's a gun on the ship, you can shoot it off. How much damage do I need to do to that ship to shoot it off? Oh, well, it's just pie in the sky. We'll just guess. Alright, let's guess. Let's say 6 magazines worth. Alright, that's 1 magazine. Let's count up the magazines again. We done this last time with the damn SMG. Let's do it again. Okay, 2 magazines. Let's keep going. Okay, let's just see. Are we experiencing range drop off? Who the hell knows? No damage number. Here we go. Let's go to the next mag. 3 magazines. How many mags is this? 4 magazines. Quick vote. How many magazines is he going to be? Is he going to be 16 or 15? 5 magazines. We'll start to lose count. Oh, let's do some sidearm damage. Whether this is a waste of ammo, I have no idea what damage that is doing. I know oscillation's on, but what do you want me to do? Go and accuracy the gun off? Seriously, absolute no way I'm doing that. I mean, it's possible. I could grapple all the way up there and then do a 360 accuracy shot, which would be interesting. But at 37 minutes and 3 seconds, I'm not willing to test my own patience with that. So we're on the 60th magazine here with the scout. Still the guns on the ship. How many more magazines? Surely it's got to be done on this phase. And I'm not missing my shots. You can see I'm not missing my shots because there's an explosive style animation on the damn gun. Look. It's still on. The gun's still on the ship. I'm going to go crazy. I will reset my run if it doesn't. Right, there we go. Hallelujah. The guns took off. We can finally breathe. So now we need to deal with the gladiator. Gladiator first. Any drain, any banes, anything like that. And then we're going to deal with the damn centurion. There's a gladiator to the left as well, which I didn't notice initially. So we're going to be playing a little bit careful with that. But our goal is to kill this gladiator, then pick up the orb, then deal with the next wave of ads. We are not Duncan, because we cannot go invis. We are on strand. There is no invis option available unless we use Rat King. I don't fancy Rat King in this though, I'm sorry. The Rat King would not cook in this. Rat King cooks, and I have solo GMs with Rat King. A few actually at this point, believe it or not. Yeah, we go invis on that, but and what else does he do? You've got a damn sidearm on for a 50-minute GM. That's not efficient. So we're just looking to create as many tangles as we can possible to deal with these ad waves, because these ad waves actually kind of scarier than I care to realize at times with the centurions and stuff. But we're looking to get another tangle. See, that's the thing with Arms Dealer is. Arms Dealer is an odd GM. It's a decent GM, but the ads are so spread out. Even when you spawn kill ads, it's not very ad dense. Birthplace of the Vow is very ad dense and small and condensed, which means build crafting videos on Birthplace are very good. Build crafting videos on Arms Dealer are not as good. Even with an optimized build, you're doing this in 25 minutes or half an hour. To be even with an optimized run and optimized build, and I don't think that's that interesting either, because Arms Dealer, it's very spread out. A lot of Arms Dealer is run, you know, pick up a net relic, dunk a relic, then run again, you know, massive tank rooms, a very long and spread out tedious style GM. That's how I kind of feel about it, you know. That's how I feel. It's definitely the opposite of what Birthplace of the Vile is. Definitely, for sure, in terms of pacing and ad density. So the goal now on Phase 2 is to play rather more aggressive, take down the turrets, and take down the dogs. We don't need to sit back. We have a super to use, and we don't want to use it on the boss. We want to use it on the dogs. Because dogs spawn in and they ruin your day. They mess you up a little bit. So rather than all of that happening, the easy way to do this is to use a super, preferably a Roman one, whatever build you're using, and take out the dogs around this location. Right? deal with as many dogs as you can. When there's no more dogs approaching you, we can set up for damage. So the damage is going to be the same as phase 1. But look at this. We can get access to double crit there if we was quicker. So we do our melee, then our trench barrel. It should have procced there, right? Maybe, I don't think it procced. I didn't see if it procced or not there. But anyways, boss is a third. We've done the damage we needed to do. That's the strat of oscillation for Acris. That's why this is very consistent. It's a very consistent strategy for DPS. It speeds everything up if you can do that. Then we need to come back here and deal with this fresher. We cannot fight while the fresher is up. I've heard horror stories of LFG teams trying to one cycle the boss every phase and not dealing with any ships and getting team wipes because the ships and the gunships are wiping full LFG teams. I would hate to be an LFG team that experienced that. I can absolutely see that happening because people are totally oblivious to freshers and gunships because, man, ain't nobody knowing how they work really. You need an encyclopedia to understand this, and you need to have personal experience with a fresher on a personal level to understand how they work, what you need to do, where do they spawn, how do you deal with them without getting melted by them. And it is never the goal to melt a boss, only in a very structured and planned way like this run. That's why I love Acris for this. Fourth Horseman's in the same category, by the way. Try Fourth Horseman in this. It's absolutely melting. You could run Fourth Horseman, but obviously that means you're lacking some champion style mods. So you need to configure your loadout differently. But I have done a Fourth Horseman run. So that's not to say it's not possible, because I was one of the first to say, oh, hey, look, there's a Fourth Horseman strat. Make sure you try to use it. You know what I'm saying? I said about this 2-3 weeks ago. So there is a strategy there, but Acris is good because it sits in the heavy slot. It doesn't interfere with my primaries and my special weapons too much, like what Fourth Horseman does, because it's a special weapon. And I just think it has nice flow. Being allowed to use a rocket sidearm is good, whilst where the scout is able to deal with barrier and unstop, but the sidearm can also deal with unstop because of chill clip. I think it's pretty good. I would give the build, it's probably a 10 out of 10 build, no joke. It's not a speedrun build, like I've said. I would give it a 10 out of 10 for damage resist, and it's a very good supportive build when you are solo. It's very good. It's like a turret, like I've been saying all this time. And Prismatic doesn't have access to it. And you can combine this with different weapon loadouts. You don't have to just do Acris. I'm just doing Acris because we're on an oscillation GM and there's a strat revolving around it. But on other GMs or other end game pieces of content, you can vary your exotic usage up as whatever you want. You can use Outbreak Perfectly if you want, whatever you want. So we're on the final phase. To one cycle him at the end, we need to get a Freddy melee off. Right, get trench barrel and then do our 3 shots. He is melting us though, so I had to do 2 shots then super, but then because I don't have strand surge, I'm not doing the damage, so I'm getting melted. So I have to do a tactical Metal Gear Solid invis, and then we're going to go back in with our final Acris shot. I should have done 3 Acris shots then super, but I panicked supered a little bit at the end. I'll just be honest, a little bit. But yeah, we end up finishing the boss off because we get the double crit look, and that was the run. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.